Hello, everybody. This is Ashish here, coming to you with the second episode of the Inside World, where we talk about different marketing strategies and growth strategies adopted by musicians in the industry, and a couple of their trade secrets that have helped them really well to bring their content to the audience. Now, for this episode, we have Alvin Presley coming all the way from Chennai slash Nagpur, from wherever he is right now,
Yes.
to this episode. Thanks for joining me, Alvin. This is
Hey,
a crazy opportunity to have you on this episode.
thank you for reaching out, man.
When I'm actually looking at where me and Alvin go, I think we started off our entire acquaintance from Sarang, I guess. 2013 acoustic,
2013, yeah.
yeah,
When
acoustic.
I sang the wrong lyrics to
Hero.
Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was,
Yeah, so I think it started from there, and then we were in Cognizant. Then we played, a couple of music and Cognizant band. My gosh, what a year it
yeah,
was! But above all, when I'm actually associating Alvin in the industry, the first thing that comes into my mind is how perseverant he is. And if there is one person who has made use of the lockdown properly, I think Alvin Presley is the person, because he brought out this wonderful gem of an EP called Fall Today, which is in all leading streaming platforms, where he wrote a beautiful stuff of songs that is very personal to him, and also it's like a personal project for him that he's been working on for a while, and it's finally out, along with a wonderful music video that's on YouTube. So if you get the chance to actually look at it, please do visit his Instagram as well as his YouTube channel and subscribe to his content, and that is at least that you can actually do. But above all, Alvin, I just want to talk about your entire EP and your releases that are coming in the future. When you look at the entire music industry, you can see that there are multiple artists out there. Like, it's content that is overloaded, and everybody's releasing EP left and right, and it's pretty hard to actually come across the right type of EP that vibes with you, and also getting to the right audience that needs to listen to your content. Now, I just want to talk to you about your strategy for Fall Today. Like, how did you make sure that the right amount of audience and the right type of audience were actually listening to your EP?
like talking about the audience, like when I started off, I just wanted to keep it like a very small pet project that I did not want to. I needed to put a content out. It's lockdown. I'm sitting at home, and then I'm sitting in my studio, like whatever the content comes out. But when I started liking the stuff that was coming out, and I started believing it more, I was like, okay, no, people need to hear it, and everybody needs to hear it. So I did not have a particular crowd set, or particular set of people that I wanted to make sure that they listen to it. uh, I just I just spammed everything off. Outbound marketing was like the strategy that I used to make sure everything that I did is heard. The reason being, like you said, so many people are putting out content every day. Like it's just mind boggling, like how to just cut through and then make sure that you are heard. So the only way that you can do is making sure that you reach out to people and then tell them, hey, you know what, this is what I have done, and it would be great if you could listen to it. So outbound marketing was something that I really wanted to focus on and do it. So that was it. Like every other platform possible, like Instagram, Facebook, email listing, and everything possible. Just sending people out notes, going going to shows, and just randomly talking about, hey, oh really? You know what? Stuff is happening, by the way. Things like that. That's what I did. Like mostly after releasing the EP.
The when you were talking about outbound marketing, the importance of outbound marketing is so underrated. Um, when you look like at 2013 to 2018, that golden period of time where they were not, when the indie scene was not that strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you put content, at least 500 people will see it no matter what, because
Yeah.
it was not very congested at that time. But right now, when you're looking at the entire the type of audience that we have, like, I think we grew up in the same timeline in terms of music. Most of our friends are working, and most of the audience from college groups are either very young or don't vibe with our music, or the ones that vibe with our music are pretty much caught up with their daily work. That
Yeah.
if you're putting your content out there and not following up with the audience that listens to you, they just miss out. Like, for example, I tell you, like, bro, my content is coming at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Don't forget to check it out. But you have something happening at 9 p.m. that is more important. But if I did not follow up with you, or if I sent a communication that is very personal, it doesn't make sense towards the end. Don't you think so? Like, for
Yeah,
example, I remember you sending me a lot of text about, bro, I think my video is coming out on Saturday. Please do support me on that. I just want to, come back to you again on this. When you send both personal and generic messages, what is the type of reaction that you found from your audience and supporters?
But generic messages, they do not work usually. At least for the people whom you just randomly text. Out of the blue, if you just randomly text them, hey, my content is coming out and my music video is coming out, blah blah is coming out, so and so is coming out, they'll be like, hey, so cool. But then they won't feel connected to it, because you and I are connected. But then that's probably why, even if I send you a generic message, you'll be like, oh, bro. But when I'm going to send it to a person with whom I haven't spoken to in years, randomly, hey, this is coming out, they'll be like, okay, whatever, because they have other important things to take care of, like you said. So making sure that for people who are not part of your circle right now, to make sure that your content is heard, you need to send personalized messages. I have some 2K followers on Instagram. I sent at least 2 messages to them with their names called out and saying them, hey, you know what, what's happening? Is everything good? I had to make sure talk with all 2,000 people to make sure that my content is heard.
At least your profile will be engaged. That's another
I swear. On Facebook, I could not do that because I just lost the energy after a point. I just sent a random blast of messages who I could find online, and that's just about it. Like nothing else on Facebook except for generic messages. But Instagram worked a lot. Like when you send personalized messages to people, telling them that, hey Ashish, you know what, this is happening, and follow up with them after like 3 days. Hey, bro, don't forget this is happening. They'll feel like
valued.
Valued. They feel valued. Exactly. That's the right term.
That's true, man. So when I'm looking at Fall Today itself, there were lots of layers in which you had to work on in terms of releasing it in different streaming platforms, sending it across to people who've not listened to it, making a music video out of it, which was a crazy thing altogether. But congrats on getting it all sorted. My gosh, that shot is like such film star material, like what's up, Alvin Presley, like. But it was a pretty good stuff, man. I really liked that entire music video. But something that brought in my mind is, when you look at outbound marketing for your content, it's very important to actually be very cognizant about the channels that you use, because sometimes Instagram may not be the right channel, or social media may not be the right channel for approaching certain people that has to help you out with your content. Now, with your experience, I just want to understand, like when you're talking from a label standpoint, when you're talking from a streaming media standpoint, and when you're talking about distribution list, can you just guide me through on what all different channels that you use to actually get your work done for Fall Today?
First and foremost is recording needs to be of really good quality, and recording needs to be done at least up to your happiness. You need to be satisfied, and you need to get that click in your head. Oh no, this is something that I want. This is something that I'm feeling. If you feel that stuff, when you reach out to people, they are also going to understand what emotions you went through to make it and what you need to do it. So make sure that you're true to your content, and being true to the content is very important. For example, the song Falling Star, I produced it first 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then I had to make 8 different productions to reach the point where it is right now, which is out there, because I wasn't satisfied till you reach the point. That was a very big challenge, especially when you're sitting alone at home, when you come back from your work, and when you sit down and start trying to do something, it becomes super hectic. Your brain does not just sit at the right place at the right time. It's very important to make sure that whatever content you're putting or whatever things you are doing, something needs to be something that is true to yourself, and something that's really close to you, and something that you value. Okay, it's not that I did not value the job that I had to do, but that was draining lots of time from my lots of mental space it was taking up, and which wasn't really helping. So the very first thing, so I made sure so that I could put the EP out, was to just quit my job, because I just could not handle sitting in the studio and doing coding. Sitting in my studio, I have all my equipments around me, guitar around me, and I'm coding. That wasn't working out. And I was like, no, you know what, manager, this is not happening. And I just had a word with him. I quit in a day, a month's notice period, which I did not work, to be fair. Uh, but then, yeah.
I'll cut this thing out so that you don't get sued by the world's biggest corporation, by the way. I did not work in the notice period.
So,
Crazy,
yeah,
but,
and that happened. And I made sure that my main obstacle, which is my mental peace and mental space, is just dedicated to what I really want to do.
Okay.
And that's very important. At least everybody has their own ways of doing things. That was very important for me. Second thing is, even though I had been working in the scene, I had been doing whatever stuff I could do with Attva and producing for different artists. I really wanted to make a space for myself and making sure that Alvin Presley as a brand and not just as an artist comes out, and that was very important for me because unless in the current generation, good music is going to be there. There's a lot of good music, but making sure that your good music is something that is valuable for others is also important.
Yeah.
Then why are people going to listen to your music? It's your music. Why are they going to listen to you? You need to give them a reason. And that was the second challenge that I had to face.
Okay.
I may have put content, for example, 2 years ago, I put my song into my head. Till July, till the month I released Fall Today EP, it had gotten 350 streams on Spotify, which is like extremely bad for 2 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so I lacked the knowledge of marketing, and I lacked the knowledge of reaching out to people and telling them stuff. So that was making sure that your insecurities go away and just be shameless about your content and just putting it out was very important. That was the third challenge that I faced. The fourth one is music business. It's not a small thing. It's a very big thing. Distribution. I had been I had been following up with the Term Music, and they have been super supportive about everything. I did even a concert with them that on their live festival. I even did that. So they're super supportive about things. Thing is, you need to reach out. You never know who's listening and who's willing to listen to you. One of the biggest lessons I learned was Bob and James, who's the Apple Music India's head.
Okay.
And the playlist curator. I had to drop him a mail. I dropped him a mail. I told him, hey, you know what? This is coming out. And then randomly, I see him sharing after. I did not follow up with him, but then after 6 to 7 days, I see him sharing my song on his Instagram. And I was like, oh, hey. And then I was like, hey, Bobin, thank you so much for listening to my music. And he was like, hey, if you wouldn't have sent me a mail, I wouldn't have heard this EP. The great job. I really like it. And I was very happy. That's what put me on the Apple Music playlist or like 4 playlists of Apple Music India. So reaching out and making sure that you do your research. You have a book of things that you need to do.
Yeah.
That was very important.
True. So
that took me time.
Yeah. So just following up on that particular thing. So when you're talking about playlist curation and with respect to labels, and also with Ditto Music, actually, you reached out to them via Instagram, or you went through an email channel?
Oh, email, definitely email.
Definitely email.
And everybody has their own preference of reaching out. There are a few playlist curators. Independent playlist curators who have really good followers who want people to reach out to them on Twitter, not on Instagram. As soon as they see an Instagram message, they'll be like, "Oh no, not this guy." There are people who would want to reach out on LinkedIn. There are people who would want to reach them out on IMDb. Can you believe it? IMDb.com.
Yeah, I remember us talking about this, but what is the point of IMDb.com over here?
Because IMDb.com has their name and has their it's like for film industry and for music industry as a whole, entertainment industry as a whole, IMDb holds a great value to them. So when you reach out to them through that, they know that this person is doing his genuine research and following up people.
That's not bad, man.
Yeah, so, a few people like that. But then email works all the time. Cold emails. Yes, difficult, but having a word with the publishers and all, like publications like
Okay.
Indian Music Diaries or What's the Scene and all. You just drop them a message, made in India as well. Drop them a message
Yeah.
on Instagram. If they respond, they'll be like, "Hey, do share a mail." Then you can follow up with an email to them.
Yeah.
You can be like, "Hey, as spoken, over Instagram, this is the stuff that they have," and then you'll be like, "Oh yeah, we spoke to him." So there will be a sort of obligation or sort of connection that's already been made. So your emails automatically are not cold. So IMDb holds value for a lot of people because entertainment industry as a whole, they need IMDb. They hold IMDb value. So
Okay.
it's important for them to see that people have done their research and people have made sure that your the person who's approaching you is actually a genuine person and not cold emails that he's sending to everybody. It's like sending a personal DM to some random person on Instagram telling them, "Hey Ashish, this is what is happening." Instead of sending a cold mail, they feel valuable as well. They feel valued. That is one. And what was I talking about after that? About that?
Yeah, so following up on these IMDb and other different things, with respect to how the entertainment industry goes, the biggest players out there, with respect to channels are Instagram, Twitter, IMDb, as you mentioned, and emails. Now, from your experience, is there any strict no with respect to the platforms that you use for communication? Like,
I don't think there is a strict no as such, because everybody has their like I said,
preferences,
everybody has their own preferences. So it's okay to reach out to them. Unless and until you reach out, you won't know. And
Okay.
A really good example is Kappa TV.
Okay.
I did a show with Kappa TV last year with my band Attva.
Okay.
I had been reaching out to them for 4 years. I tried every means.
Okay.
I tried Facebook, I tried Instagram, I tried WhatsApp messages, and I even tried email. Finally, email worked.
Okay.
And the kind of email that I had sent earlier did not work out with them
Okay.
when I wasn't cognizant.
Right.
Later on, then I properly sent a drafted email like, "This is what I am going to give you."
Okay. Nice.
Give them a proposition. If when you do that, that's when they know that this person is genuine. So the strict no is don't look like a novice.
Yeah, just imagine college bands all sending emails to Kappa TV. Hey bro, we'll do one show and let us know.
That's not going to work out. That's not going to work out.
We'll do pro bono. It's okay.
No, that's not going to work out. What's going to work out is making sure you're authentic, making sure you're professional, man. Like this is
that makes sense. Yeah.
This may be something for all the publication, all the publishers and magazines and even channels and everything. For us, this may be a side gig. For them, this is their main gig.
Yeah.
This is their profession. Look at it from their point of view. Yeah. This is their profession. You treat them, their profession, in their way.
That's very true, man. Like, I think one thing that I can summarize from this particular aspect of it is, if you want to treat your stuff professionally, then get your things sorted out professionally. Because
exactly.
As you said, with respect to playlist curations, with respect to distributors, with respect to labels, with respect to production and all, I think drafting a proper email rather than reaching out to social media, depending upon their preference, I think email always have a higher professional value than compared to reaching out to them on a social media platform. I think these insights have been crazy, and I think you've done a crazy job with respect to outbound marketing, where you reach out to your entire audience rather than them coming to you. The first thing that actually comes into my mind with respect to how important outbound marketing is, because when certain musicians get established in the industry and they know, okay, I'm a good singer, I'm a good artist, when they have stuck in their head, I think that is when they start their entire fall. Funny how you started fall today, right now. But there is this complex that everybody has that, okay, my music is good, I have good content, but the thing is that they think that audience will come to them expecting the fact that, okay, I'm good, but the sad reality that we have in the current scene is that people actually don't care, like unless you give them a reason to actually care.
Very true. And not just now, that has been the same thing since the start of the time, dude. Like, because
I would disagree on that. Actually, I would really disagree on that.
See, because look at my perspective.
Okay.
when things weren't there,
Hmm.
when you put music out, it was something new for
Yeah.
them, and they went after that newness of the
Yeah.
thing. Now, since a lot of things are there, okay, you need to
Hmm.
stand out and you need to give
Yeah.
them value more. That's what
Sure,
I'm coming
sure.
at.
That's true. That's true, man. You know, when I'm looking at Fall today, on how you've actually executed this entire project, most of your with respect to breaking even on your project costs, I think you've heavily depended upon your merchandise.
Yes.
Right. Now, if you could actually go back, let's say, to the beginning of the lockdown, where you were just starting off this project,
Mhm.
is there some advice that you would give yourself with respect to making this project profitable, or even break even, or even making a good amount of money for the time that you've actually invested in? If there was a hypothetical scenario where you can go back to the Alvin Presley like before the lockdown, what would you tell him?
Uh, Plan it out in a better way, man.
Okay.
Plan your things out in a better way. Like everything was on the go because obviously for I was extremely new to doing everything from start till the end. Like I did the artwork till the marketing and the designing the merchandise to getting and delivering the merchandise.
Yeah.
Everything was done by me. So, but then everything came on spot. It wasn't like a pre-planned thing, and obviously I was extremely new to it, so I did not know. So if I would go back to the previous Alvin, as in the Alvin from March month, Alvin from February month, I would say, you know what, plan it out properly and stick to the plan.
Yeah, show him that agile dashboard that you
I'll show you that Asian, that's what I swear. No, I have like everything written. The first one is work. Second one is extra work from different clients. Third one is side gigs for me. Fourth one is Attva. Like I have it sorted out properly.
crazy,
It's,
man,
it's
crazy,
it's
crazy.
important that you make everything. Second thing, document everything.
Okay.
I did not document everything till I reached the point where I have to make my merchandise, and then I paused. I was like, okay, what have I done? And I was blank because I did so many things. Now I had to pause. I had to go back to March month. In fact, I had to go back to the month of January, where I actually went. No, not in January, in February, where I actually went to the studio to record my guitars, and that
Okay.
was the only thing that I recorded at Boys and Vision Studios with Lijesh.
Okay.
And after that, lockdown began. So everything, I was like, okay, I have
That
to
cool.
make note of everything, timelines and everything. I have a 60-page notebook that I have written about this release,
No.
and I'm going to
Okay.
refer that for my next release as well because
I think that's also merchandise, by the way. Tell them photocopy of my entire documentation of Fall today.
eventually 10 years from now.
It's funny, like Dan Tompkins from Tesseract and Sky Harbor, he used to write handwritten lyrics and mail it to his listeners, and they used to pay him around £10 per copy.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm doing as well. I
if you
have
have
my
good handwriting, then send it to all these people in SRM, and all people are like, "Oh my gosh, Alvin Presley wrote."
no that's a part of my Fall Today EP merchandise. Like
Yeah.
it's a baggage. It's a pack which has T-shirt, stickers, handwritten lyrics,
Beautiful.
and bookmarks.
All right.
So these are the four things that's come along with it, and a copy of the very first uh, scratch recording from my phone
Nice,
of
nice,
Fall
nice.
Today, which is completely Tamil and which is not there anywhere else.
So if anyone from who's watching this particular episode wants to have a copy or the package of your merchandise, where do they reach out?
Now they just have to DM me on Instagram.
Hey Alvin, give me something. No? Like, yeah, macha, just give me your address. But yeah, man. Anyway, so Alvin, just coming to the last question that I have for you. Tell us what we have in future from you with respect to content and music.
Well, I have been doing a couple of featured artists for
Okay.
a few people that's there in the pipeline for in a near future. But on the long run, like January, end of February, I'll be starting off with my second EP or a first single, which is work in progress right now. At the same time, I am trying to see if I can get more opportunities towards working with record labels and stuff. Everything was independent, but then why not try out a single with a record label
Okay.
or something like that. Let's see how it turns out to be, but then in near future it's featuring artists, and Next EP.
It's crazy, man. Like, I think Attva's EP has been pending since what, 2018?
What? Atha's EP is already out there. What are you saying?
The main one, with the the album, like the one that you're actually recording right now.
The one right? No. The one that
Mm. You got
yeah,
cut
like
off.
it's a Hindi EP, full Hindi EP that we started.
Mm.
Yeah, the one that we are recording right now is a complete Hindi EP
Okay.
that we are doing from that we started of this year.
Oh.
Like this year, March, April? This year July. Yes, this year July.
Okay.
That's when
Now you understand why I was not able to recollect Attva's EP, right?
this July. Yes.
But
This
yeah.
July.
So,
The other EP called Leon, which is already out there on Spotify and all, which came out quite some time ago.
see now the importance of outbound marketing.
Yes, this is what.
Yeah,
This is what
even I am not aware that I was not aware that Attva officially released it, because I knew that this was in the pipeline like long time ago. But the actual crazy release, I've been listening to all these songs one by one, going strong and all that has been coming out to Facebook. But yeah, I think now we've realized a huge gap with respect to marketing your content. Right?
Exactly.
Crazy. But anyway, man, I hope once your EP with respect to Attva and your independent stuff comes out, you can come again to the show and talk about that success also.
I shall.
But yeah, man. Anyway, so thank you so much for taking the time for this, man. It's like it's a pleasure to actually call people whom I'm closely associated to for something that I'm starting off this early. And I think I'm a huge fan of how Fall Today has come across, and I wish you all the success that's coming in the future.
Means
And
a lot,
I
man.
hope
Thank you so much.
and I hope that you have more success coming across, man. Thanks for coming for this. Thanks for agreeing to this in the first place, by the way.
Hey, what even, man?
Yeah.
It was lovely talking to you, dude.
Sure. Thank you so much, man. Take care.
Yeah, you as well.